the Scrotal Scaries. People love a good urban legend, and I got one for you. So when I was a Grom, just learning to surf, there was a story that was circulating. I'm sure everybody else heard it at the same time. This guy was out surfing, fell, noticed a little bit of blood in the water, kind of hurt his groin a little bit, didn't know what was going on, came in, looked in his board shorts. What did he see? He saw his testicle, but where did he see it? Not in the scrotum, just rolled out onto the sand. Whether this is true or not, I'm sure there's some validity to it, but that story stuck with me for the rest of my life. How many times do you think I'm gonna say scrotum today?
The word avocado is derived from the Aztec word for testicles.
The reason that I prefer a wetsuit over board shorts is primarily the rashes. When I wear a wetsuit, everything is tight, tucked together. I feel great. When I have on board shorts, everything's moving around and you're more likely to get rashes. The reason you get rashes more when you're wearing board shorts is because the salt water will soften up your skin and you're gonna have a lot more friction with your board shorts, your board, stomp pad, wax, and it's just gonna rub more. So if you're able to wear board shorts consistently, a lot of times your skin will toughen up, those rashes will decrease. But here in Southern California, we'll get a week where the water's 73 degrees, perfect for board shorts. Next week it's 62 and you're gonna need a little bit more neoprene. So because of that, you're not gonna really build up that stronger skin when you're going back and forth between a wetsuit and board shorts. So I prefer a spring suit, but it's not a popular opinion because everybody wants to wear board shorts when they can. When I wear board shorts, the worst places that I get rashes are first the armpit. You're just gonna have a lot more friction from paddling. This is not prevented by any sort of like rash guard, anything like that. If anything, it's gonna make it worse. Second is the nipples. Rash guard's supposed to prevent that, but just doesn't. Sometimes I just find it going back and forth. If you're wearing something thicker like a 2mm or something with neoprene in it, it's less likely to do that. And now let's get below the belt. There's seams on the inside of the board shorts, so those are likely to rub up on the inner thighs. And the worst of them all is when you get your scrotum right down the middle, that scrotal raphe. It's a real ball buster, that one. And that one doesn't go away very quickly. So ways to prevent this rash is to one, wear a wetsuit if possible. If it's too warm and you're just like, nope, I wanna wear board shorts, the second tip I have is to try wearing a Speedo, like one of the longer ones that goes down to mid-thigh. That way you're gonna prevent that inner thigh rash, the ball rash, and it's gonna protect everything down below the belt. So if you do get one of these rashes and you're still out surfing, Body Glide is a good option. It's what runners use for marathons to prevent their nipples from falling off. You just put it in the affected areas and it should decrease the amount of rash you're gonna get during that time. If it's too late and you've already gotten a rash, some baby diaper cream, that'll help a good amount from the rash getting worse and just from a comfort standpoint.
The testicle on the left usually hangs a little lower than the one on the right. This allows for better temperature regulation and prevents them from hitting each other.
Something to avoid is petroleum jelly. It's bad for the environment, it's gonna make a mess. I wouldn't use this. So some of my favorite board shorts are kidding. I'm not gonna make you watch my attempt at being Zoolander. That career failed years ago. So baggies are the worst board shorts to wear. They're not even board shorts, but I see people wearing them out there. They're the ones with the drawstring. These are great for going to the pool and just sitting around, but for rashes and keeping your board shorts on, good luck. You wipe out once these things are coming off. So if you're not gonna wear any sort of Speedo or anything underneath your board shorts, these are the best. They're the Kelly Slater Outer Known board shorts. They're a little high on the price point. The best part about these is they're stretchy like a lot of other board shorts, but the seams are very minimal. You can see here, there's maybe a little bit of friction can happen there, but it's pretty minimal. So the first board short where they really tried to like change things up and prevent chafing was these Quicksilver board shorts. I think they're the John Florence model. They're pretty bright, but they have these cool little diamond pattern on the inside. As you can see, they prevented some chafing. They're a lot more comfortable. Still not gonna prevent a rash completely, but they're actually very comfortable. So here's a diamond pattern. It's actually pretty comfortable. It does prevent some of the rashes, but you still see all the seams in there that are still gonna cause rashes. So these are my favorite board shorts. They're Mateus board shorts. They do have the seams in them that are gonna rub, but if you're wearing a Speedo underneath, I think that they're the best. They're still stretchy, but they have a thickness that you can't see here that just really protects you. If you're gonna get hit by a fin, they're thick enough where it's probably not gonna prevent it from going through, but it's gonna help you from any sort of damage that's gonna happen. I'll link my 2 favorite brands down below. If you're riding a longboard or any board with some significant width to it, you're gonna wanna try to avoid putting wax right where you sit on the rails because that's gonna rub the worst and your inner thighs are gonna thank you later. To conclude this video, I want to tell you one of the worst surf injuries I've ever seen. This guy was surfing out about an hour outside of the emergency department, little unknown spot, bumpy roads to get there. It was about 5 to 8 feet, closing out. So he took a closeout, shot his board out, as he told me. Board flipped over, came back at him. He was still in the air, came down right on him, and fin went right up his rectum, damn near killed him. He was bleeding profusely. He came in with a hole in his wetsuit. He had to go emergently to the OR to fix that. If he wasn't wearing a wetsuit, I can't imagine how bad the injury would have been. But this is another reason why I like to wear a wetsuit. There's just an added amount of protection. Comment below for your favorite board shorts or any topics that you'd like covered.